Welcome everybody, I'm Lizzie Brooks and this is where muscle meets mindful. Today is a lighthearted flow. So we are not going to take ourselves seriously. We're not going to put ourselves in an upside down pretzel. We're just going to be lighthearted, easygoing. If things don't work out, then we move on. All right, so just using this, what we do on the mat today, to take us into the world, so we're maybe a little more gentle with ourselves and with others. Join me at the top of your mat, please. We're going to center here, and we're going to center in standing. So we're going to center recognizing our alignment, not only physically, but on all levels. So align with what it is that you know you need. So if that's peace or bliss or happiness, find that that's already inside you. Maybe it's letting go, maybe it's calm. Just connect with that. And from here, take a full inhale, and we'll sigh it out, shake it out. All right. And we're just going to allow ourselves a little more. I'm going to back up so I don't like bang into this tree here. We're going to allow ourselves a little more fluidity through this practice. So start to bend down, crumple, 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 round, let the arms hang, let the head hang, and then roll it all the way up, bloom out. And then roll it back down, round, 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 maybe a little bit more this time. Knees are very bent. Inhale, slowly reverse, come all the way up, build your alignment, shoulders back. And one more round in, turn into that ball, almost a full ball pose. Inhale, come all the way up, bloom out. Take one arm forward, so it's almost like Mr. Miyagi. I'm dating myself, as I tend to do. Yes, I'm 40. Reach the arm up, let the hand hang, and then switch that direction, fingertips up, palm down. Other arm, let the palm hang down, fingertips down. When you come to the top, switch, and other way. And then both, like you have two paint brushes, paint up, open a little bit more, switch the hand position, and all the way down. Roll the shoulders back and down a few times. Then from here, shift your weight over into the left foot. Lift the right knee as both arms come up. Exhale, float the right leg down as you use that same hand position and arm position from before. Left knee lifts, draw up, and exhale, lower that down. This time, bend the knees, chair pose, arms same. And float it down. This time you're coming all the way, fingertips to the floor, straighten the legs any amount, maybe not very much. And exhale, bend the knees, let the heels lift. Heart lifts. Exhale for any amount of a fold, maybe the knees stay bent. Bend the knees into the squat. And exhale, fold. All right, from here we'll go back into that squat. And then lower the knees all the way down. We're on to the shins here. Fingertips come back. So the thumbs are towards you, fingertips away. Roll your shoulder blades onto your back. So don't lead with the chin, lead with the sternum. That's going to be on my tombstone one day. It's going to say, don't lead with the chin. Roll the shoulder blades onto the back. Lift the heart, maybe lift the gaze. Deep breath in. Sigh out, unwind that posture, shake it out. Hands come down, lift. So you're gonna lift your knees, keep the toes on the floor, hands down, lean forward, draw your organs towards your spine, lift and round in. Lower the shins, lift the heart, hands to the thighs. Even if nothing lifts, you're still working your core. Don't worry about it. Hands down. Remember, we're not taking this seriously today. This is lighthearted. Round in. Lower the shins. Sit up, hands to the thighs. Virasana. One more time, hands down. Lift the knees. Round, round, round. Lower the shins. And Virasana. All right. From here, because we're playing around and we're just not going to do anything that's super normal, because that's how I do things. Walk your feet forward, and we're going to come into a bit of a tabletop position. So fingertips can either point towards you, to the sides, or back, what feels best for your shoulders. Find the same heart opener. Ease into it, so find your roots in your feet. Feet are at least hips distance apart, a little wider maybe, and lift up a little bit, or maybe a lot. So this is a shoulder opener for sure. It's also strengthening through the entire back body. Wake up the inner thighs. Inhale. Exhale, lower a little bit down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower a little bit down. Last one, inhale. And exhale, lower a little bit down. Glide your hands under your thighs, half boat pose. All right, so we're lighthearted, so maybe our feet are splashing in the water in this boat pose. Lift up high, splash, splash, splash. And pause, inhale, and exhale, lower the feet down. Take your hand position again that worked for you before, prior in this posture. Lift it up. So widen your feet a little bit, maybe your hands a little bit. So we're just going to be playful here, and we're not going to give a fly and flip if we flip over or fall down. We don't have far to go. Shift your weight over into your left hand a little bit more. Root your right foot in your left hand. The hips are going to drop a little bit. That's okay. Can you touch your right hand onto your left knee? Hey, Josie girl, and come back. My puppy's watching. She didn't like that move. Shift your weight now, other side, and maybe left hand to right knee. Hey, Josie, and come on back. All right, either come out of that and come to a boat, or this is going to be a little tough. Can you take your hand to your big toe? Opposite side. And last time, promise we're only doing this once. And come on down. If you fell down, have a good laugh about it. And then come on down, boat pose, splash, splash, splash. And then from here, do whatever you want with the arms. Ooh, maybe you're splashing here. Maybe you're shimmying. Jazz hands. Why do jazz hands come up so often in my classes? I don't know. I like failed jazz class or something. All right, and then from here, cross the ankles. Use a little momentum, which we don't use in yoga very often, but we're going to be playful today. Little momentum. Go forward and back, forward and back. Cross high up on the shins. And then maybe hop back and separate the feet. Or you can walk through that. Soften the neck down. Kiss your puppy dog. Oh, puppy breath. And then from here, walk your hands back to your feet, back of your mat. Hold opposite elbows. And then sway a little side to side. Bend your knees, soften it out. She was napping so peacefully. And then bend your knees a lot. Round the spine, dangle, and then roll all the way back up into alignment. And shake it on out. All right, from here, we're going to go into a wide-legged stance. So take your puppy, hold on tight, make sure she's real cute. And then from here, go into your wide-legged stance, turn the heels in, and come into your goddess squat. And then we're just going to do a little bit of movement up and down in this goddess squat. Please keep it slow. Please keep anchored through the entirety of the feet. Heel, big toe ball joint, pinky toe ball joint. Nice and slow, and don't take the hips lower than the knees at any point. Whatever you want to do with the arms is completely up to you. 3 more. So even though we're lighthearted, we can still get strong hips and legs. And from here, pause. Optional lift of one heel and down. Optional lift of the other heel and down. Optional lift of both heels. Woo, and down. Rise all the way up. Turn your feet out, and I'll join you in one moment. Well, I'm back, minus one puppy dog. All right, from here, let's just open into our shoulders. Again, When we want to be lighthearted, we want to make space around our heart. This is one way to do it. Other arm, externally, just reach up and back. Open it back. Whew. Can we do both arms? We're about to do something. Stick with me. All right, we're gonna play a little game. Remember, we don't give a care how this goes. All right, take your arms out to the side. All right, this is amazing for your brain. So if you can master this, you're a genius. All right, take your arms out. Circle your right arm forward. So forward, back, up and down, forward, back, up and down. All right, good. Now you circled that one forward. Now you're gonna circle your left arm back. So this one's going forward and this one's going back. And it's hard to tell, like, what do you mean? Just do them in different directions. So one arm is circling up, back and down. The other one is forward, back and down. And then, can you do them together? Woo! And maybe, can you do them opposite and make them bigger? That really works the shoulders. And then can you reverse it? So, Rome wasn't built in a day. So if this isn't working for you, and if you're doing this or doing this, who cares? You're still working your arms and opening your heart and your shoulders. All right, shake that business out. All right, from here, last goddess squat. Turn the toes and the knees in the same direction. Reach up, reach over to one side. Reach center, open your heart. Reach up, reach over, reach center, and open. Last time, side, center, heart, reach, side, center, heart, and reach, and straighten it all out and shake it out. Turn your toes forward, take a big circle with your hips, and then the other direction. And then on this next one, if you have a block, we're gonna stay kind of with these circles. If you have a block, use a block. If you don't, use an invisible block. And you can make your invisible block, it can be as pretty, you can make it any color you want, any size you want. Just grab that, take that up above you. Not too wide in the feet. Center is nice and strong. We're gonna start small, over to the side. This is why we prepped this. Down to the ankle, across to the other ankle, to the side, and back up. All right, real gentle side, front of the ankle, across to the other ankle, to the side, and up. Okay, so you can stay with that range of movement, or you can go in one direction and really reach as far away from you as works. That's going to work the core. And when I say the core, that's the entirety of the trunk, the pelvic floor, the hips, all of it, the back. You can go really big. And we're going in the same direction with these circles, whether they are small or large or somewhere in between. Now we're reversing. And you really do feel this too in your outer hips, outer glutes, really getting stronger through the entire trunk. Big or small, doesn't matter, go with the flow. Don't overthink it. Simplify the moment. And back down. You can leave your block on the floor for the twist, or you can put your hand on the floor, whatever height you need. Right hand onto the block, left hand onto the waist. Get really long, exhale, twist, maybe take that top arm up so that lower shoulder has a tendency to roll in, roll it out a little bit. Good. If you want to reach that top arm behind you and find your connection on that back inner thigh, feel free. Breathing here. Don't do what I'm doing. I'm locking my knees out. Unlock your knees. Inhale, exhale, unwind. Find the block, lift all the way up, or invisible block. Exhale, hold the block in front of you. Rotate the right hand on top, or even a little more over. So one shoulder is an internal rotation and the left shoulder is an external. And then we'll switch like we have a steering wheel here. So I have an article coming out we're gonna continue with that, in Yoga International. And this is one of the shoulder exercises. That is really good, and we don't do this movement for our shoulders very much at all. Inhale, exhale, lower your block down, prepare for your second side of the twist. Left hand down, right waistline, grow really long in the spine. Exhale, twist, maybe lift that top arm. Lower shoulder has that tendency, roll it out. Live really strongly in the feet here and breathe. Maybe take the top arm and wrap it to your opposite, if you can see, inner thigh. If it doesn't reach there, who cares? And then reach up and exhale down. Take a fold any amount in. If the head comes easily to the block, you can place that there or to the floor. And then from here, hands underneath you, we'll do a little swish into the hips here. So I like to turn my toes out about 45 degrees for this. So I'm almost doing a half malasana. Did you see how I just took that debris and just threw it off to the side? And then we're gonna join in our half malasana. So bending knees and toes same direction. If this doesn't work, come up here, extend through that long leg, wake up the inner thigh and the hamstrings. Lower heel could be lifted. Hands underneath you, and we'll switch sides. So if you have a tendency to roll in, it's because you're normal. So hands can come down, or you can even put a block under your sitting bones. Breathe those hips. Ooh, I need this one. And then like yoga ninjas, we're gonna come to the top of the mat. You might wanna walk your hands there, step back into plank pose. And then from here, we're going to step an inch at a time, wider feet. So just an inch at a time, but let your feet maybe come off your mat. Hold there, wake up the inner thighs, and then an inch at a time, walk the feet back together. An inch at a time, walk your hands forward, bracing at the core. If this is too much, lower your knees or skip this completely and come to child's pose and rest. An inch at a time, hands come all the way back. Downward dog. Separate your feet to your classic footing. Breathing here. Step your left foot more to the midline, lift the right leg, maybe stack the hips. You're gonna do whatever you want with this top leg as long as it feels right in your spine and your hips. Playful, breathing, giving space and strength. Finding your stability, lower that down, walk the right foot a little more into the midline, other side gets a chance. It's just that you're leading with what feels right. You're just going, okay, it's not what looks cool, it's what feels right. Play around, go to spaces maybe you haven't gone before that feel safe and good. And then lower that foot down, lower the knees down, come to child's pose and roll the wrists out and the neck. And then from here, come all the way up. Sit back, bring your legs forward, and shake them all out. Shake them all out, all those legs. Shake all of your legs out, not just both of them. All right, and then from here, seated on the sitting bones, feet in front of you, open your heart. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, grow tall, spacious in the heart. Exhaling, opening the back of the heart like a hammock, slinging the body. Inhale, open, and exhale, round back. Inhale, come on up. And then if you want a blanket underneath your sit bones, add that on. Baddha Konasana, soles of the feet come together. If you want to put a couple of blocks under the knees, feel free to do that. So we don't usually sit like this a lot in our daily lives. So if you're sitting tall and you're already feeling a stretch, you're where you need to be. Don't worry about it. If you want to find a little bit of a lift and a lower, gliding along that breath, with the breath as the leader of the movement, then feel free to move into any depth there. So If you feel any pulling at the low back or the sacrum, you've gone too far, ease back, okay? So we want to not ever go into that too far place, but if we accidentally did, come back. And then from here, you might have to lift up a little bit. We're going to walk off center. So we don't often see Baddha Konasana done at a diagonal with the torso and the arms, but we can really get into some musculature at the side of the back, top of the hip. Breathe there. And then walk through midline and go to the other side, and have no expectation to feel the same thing from one side to the other. I mean, you might have that expectation, but then erase it. And come back to center. Inhale, come all the way up. Glide the legs together, and we'll come into a hero pose. So you can either sit on your heels, or you can put your blanket behind your knees and sit back on that, or any height of a block except for the highest height. So if you need more height to make a larger angle at the knee joints, then I want you to use 2 blocks or something higher. We did a lot of that external rotation, so now we want to be more in this internal rotation. Breathing here. All right, so this posture, again, internally rotated, taking the inner thighs closer together. Imagine that not just the body is coming together or towards the midline, but all parts of yourself. Anything that has felt fragmented or kind of a sliver of yourself that has been somewhere else, bring that back in. And just connect with that sensation of feeling whole. You are absolutely whole. Even in those times when you feel like you're not. This is a good reminder. We are absolutely whole. Glide your breath through that, from the crown of the head down to the feet, from the feet all the way to the crown of the head. And then we're going to create a pathway from the center of the mind to the center of the heart and back. So close your eyes. If you want to take this little mudra that I have, the Mudra of Meditation, palm on palm, tips of the thumbs together, place that in your lap, breathing here. Make sure you're not over back bending. Elongate the back of the neck, and then create a little ladder for your breath to climb up and down, easily traversing between the center of your mind and the center of your heart. Contents of the mind feeding the heart, contents of the heart feeding the mind. Anytime you feel yourself getting a little too caught up or nervous or, overly serious in ways that you don't want to be, where you're losing the sense of kind of maybe your creativity or your humor, let the mind and the heart have a conversation. And then think of something that makes you smile. Thank you so much for joining me in this lighthearted practice. I really appreciate it. Every time you choose Lizzie Brooks Yoga and Fitness, it means something to me, and I adore that you showed up to watch this video. Please do hit subscribe and like if you liked it, and come on back. I'll be here. Namaste, everybody.